You are listening to Max Pew, an actual play RPG podcast. Max Pew follows continuous storylines that are best enjoyed from the beginning. This Extra Life content was recorded in a public venue, previously aired during the Team WV Fox Marathon stream on May 4th, 2019, and may contain spoilers for its associated work. The following content may contain mature themes and adult language. Please enjoy Part 4 of The Secrets of Cats.
She is now concerned, and she, despite the fact that she does seem to walk alone, she also kind of seems to not mind having someone like you to talk to. So she's like, well, I accept your gift. She kind of looks around and like, come closer, and we will speak of what you need. What is this trouble?
The trouble is that something has disturbed the dark place. And apparently the council has suggested that the burning ghost knows how to fix it.
I don't know how. The burning ghost does not leave here.
At this point, Jackie kind of stretches up.
Okay.
Again.
Oh, she's waking up.
And goes, all right. The burning ghost has been around for years. Currently.
Yes, and is still angry. I am protecting you as much as he.
He has more than likely seen what happened to that cavern.
No, I don't know how he could. He's been here.
He is
bound to this place.
Did your burning ghost used to be part of the dark place?
No.
In his life he made.
In his life, he worked here.
What was here?
I don't know. This human place. He lived here. He died here. At least that's what he rants to himself at night. I don't see how this is any of your business. This is not your territory.
Soon none of us will have a territory if the rats escape.
I do not mind rats. I can protect my place.
These are rats of unusual size.
Never heard of them.
They are the size of me. Size of our night friend over there.
They don't exist.
Wishing them so does not change.
Can I find one?
Sorry, I'm slipping into quoting the movie, so I'm going to stop.
I was gonna say, can I find one and mind control it and bring it?
No, let's not do that.
That would take all day.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back here.
All we wish is a chance for an audience.
Do you have any empathy by any chance, your character?
Odds are against it.
One,
okay. You know a little bit about how people lie. That's why you have 1 point of empathy.
Yeah.
I do.
All right.
And really, I'm not lying. It's like, hey, we're all in danger. You're going to be
empathy would be able to tell, like, if there's something else going on with her. Rapport would be for getting friends. Provoke would be intimidating her. So there are different skills you can use in situations if you want to kind of get more game mechanic. But you guys are kind of doing the hard sell on her, and she does not seem to be reacting.
Did I try and evaluate her?
I was going to say, can I see if he's holding stuff back?
Well, what? No.
Could I try and evaluate, her mannerisms from afar, like
Absolutely.
Watching the interaction?
So what
with empathy.
Okay, so you're going to try to actually create advantage, and when we're talking about aspects and creating advantages, if you're trying to create an advantage against an aspect you don't know what it is, it's a little harder, but uncovering those can be very valuable.
I'm going to invoke my aspect while I'm doing it, because I can be anyone but myself. So I'm imagining myself as her.
Okay.
A lonely cat.
Which must be better than being Butters.
So that's 5 with the aspect invocation. And do I need to spend this to invoke my aspect?
Oh, you don't actually have to.
Oh, okay.
You kind of figure out what's up with her. she is actively trying to drive people away. And that's actually one of her aspects. I drive everyone away at the end. But you just have this sense that might be the way it ends, but she doesn't necessarily want that. But she is very defensive, but there is a way you could get to her, and you think that maybe Sphinx was on the right path in the beginning. But do you have the time? Do you have the time to deal with connecting with her?
I sort of figured that out. I mean, a little bit from.
Jackie will probably try to connect with her.
But anyways, that's actually her trouble aspect is I drive everyone away at the end.
I'm going to step. If I step closer, is she going to back up or hiss or anything like that?
She seems to actually be okay with you.
Okay, I'll come up closer and get as close as I can. If we can get nose to nose or something like that, and whisper as well as cats can and go, we all have secrets. Some of our secrets leave us nameless.
Wow, this is something kind of very personal and touching with you. So
that's very out of character, but I don't want to get eaten by rats.
Well, I understand. So what are you trying to accomplish here? Are you
Well, I'm actually trying to build trust.
Okay, so you're trying to
So I'm actually not using. I am not trying to deceive.
Wow,
right now,
so weird.
She's going very against.
So what is your actual rapport?
0.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that, and I suggest
But if she is so lonely and all that, I'm wondering if she might have a problem similar to mine.
So there's something else you can do when you're invoking an aspect, is you can guess that an aspect is there, even if you don't know it game mechanically. And if you guess right and spend your fate point, you can invoke it.
Okay, because I'm thinking that we may not have the exact same problem, but she may be doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll, spin the fate chip, and your other aspects there that you have uses on, you can still use those.
Yeah.
Because your blessing of schmoozing is entirely relevant.
Yeah,
yes. Schmooze.
Okay. So what am I rolling here?
So you're making a create advantage roll.
Okay.
You're going to tag. Thank you. All right. So go ahead. Roll to create advantage. You're at +0, but you've got +4 so far. If you want to invoke your knowledge of the ghost.
I'll do that plus that because I got 2 negatives, so that gives me a 4.
All right. And look at that roll. -2 on the dice on her defense. So as it turns out, that 4 is good enough. And you learn her most hidden aspect is that one day she hopes to find a lady cat to love.
Okay, that wasn't what I was after.
But she has this whole thing in her heart where she is seeking out love and some kind of connection. And your moment of complete openness there kind of connected with her. And she stops for a moment and looks at you with these eyes that very briefly flash hope. And she says, just this once. And she kind of puts on a face and goes, just to get rid of you lot. I will take you to talk to him.
Jackie kind of jumps up. Friend?
Not you.
Don't push it.
Come with me. And so she takes you into the burned place, and sure enough, there is this ghost stomping around. He is mad. He is literally on fire. The burning ghost appears as a stocky man in black jeans and a black leather jacket and a charred skin and a permanent scowl. A wreath of flames surround him at all times.
Jeez.
And he just mutters at himself, and he stops and looks at the counter and he curses the counter, and then he keeps moving. Everything is like burnt to shreds. There's like barely any surviving. There's some surviving walls and a little bit of roof, but this house has basically been burnt through and put out by the fire department, but left.
I've noticed an ability that I feel unites us all, and that is our capacity to make humans laugh.
The burning ghost does not laugh. There's only one thing that he has if you want to get through to him.
Oh, Leo, do the thing.
And that's his pride.
Pride. Appeal to the pride.
So she kind of gets there, and she's like sitting there kind of in the entryway where there used to be a door, kind of looking at this thing, and this ghost is just stomping around. He stops, and he shakes his fist at the sky and just curses, and then just keeps stomping through. It's like, God, curse him, curse his family, curse this stupid building, God, curse my luck, curse my stupid fire-making skills. Just, he's bitter and angry before he died and got set himself on fire forever. 50 years ago.
And when was the dark place closed?
Much longer than that.
Oh, okay.
So yes, she's like, so Scarlett's here, and she's like, he's moody, but he's always here.
I will lay down.
Jebediah, we have guests, she says, and then promptly hides. And he comes stomping over at the lot of you.
Hello.
More cats.
What can you do?
You show some respect.
There's always cats, though.
Can Longinus stretch himself up as tall as he can get and then flop over and show his belly?
Oh my God.
Being adorable.
Yes, you can. That's right.
Good girl.
So here we go. So you're just trying to do what? Make him feel something other than anger?
Well, I'm playing on my trouble, which is that I've been memed.
Oh. It's like, I've heard about you.
I've heard about you.
Those stupid kids with their stupid phones, they don't even use complete sentences anymore.
But I'm just on my back with my belly showing, and I just go, meow.
Indeed, they are very
right.
stupid.
So let's translate this into something story-wise game mechanic, because this fiery apparition before you does not, I don't know, probably it would take a lot to get him to respond to cuteness. So what do you have? It's probably an overcome to overcome his anger.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just to help her along,
What do you got?
shift him one towards friendly.
God. All right, Jared. Yep. So you do flop.
Flop.
And anybody in the room would go, oh. And he stops and he goes, and just this brief second, the flames on his fist go away. And he just puts his hands on his hips and goes, huh.
I want to
Did his
aid.
best Archie Bunker.
I want to aid and kind of start purring. And you know
Well
how
spent,
cats
sir.
get
Well
how
spent.
cats go around people's legs to get their
I was
attention.
waiting. I knew I was going to have to use it on him.
Set on fire, so you're
Yeah.
probably the best one for this.
Yeah, I'm bald. This poor cat looks like a rat.
All right, so
One of
we
them
do
hairless
so,
cats.
and give me, actually,
I'm just trying to aid.
you guys have a whole lot of situational advantages. You have the stupid luck.
I'm
you have a
adorable.
whole lot of things, and you have an introduction from Scarlet. So Jebediah will stop and speak to you. Well, all right, and you see him reflexively, he wants to scritch your belly, but he stops because he won't let himself. And he's like, well, what do you want?
Why, of course we want to make your life much easier.
Oh, yeah. Talk to the man above, the one who cursed me. One mistake. God.
Maybe we can lift that curse.
Oh, yeah, send me on to the afterlife. That'll be an improvement. There's a bunch of assholes there.
Probably
One
not
minute.
wrong.
There might be two things we want. Only one of them has a benefit to you. We want treats. That's of no benefit to you, but...
Well, good,
We
because
do
this
want
place
treats.
hasn't had treats for
Okay.
decades.
Okay, well,
He kind of gestures to where, like, there used to be a counter, like this was a shop. And, like, he just points, and there's, like, you can almost see wreathed in fire these like, candy
trees.
jars and places. Like, this used to be an old 5 and dime or something. And
Aw.
just like the ghostly
sad.
images of
Treats.
his...
Very true.
All the cats stop for a minute and we're all meow.
in the absence of Kibble or any of the like, I suppose the other thing, there's a situation heading this way, and we wanted to come warn you about it, and we've heard that perhaps you might have information that could be of assistance.
Well, I mean, I'm old, if that's what you mean.
Yes, I mean...
And well, I admit I know a lot about the history of this town, even before I became part of it. The dark place, what's that?
The case.
The threat originates from the dark place. It seems something may have been taken.
What?
It's boarded up
Hey.
now.
Oh, the old silver mine.
Shinies.
And
Was there something bad that happened there?
You know, you cats don't even know what that place is. It's not the dark place. That's
It's dark.
It's a place.
Bones.
what do you have in your head?
Bones.
Smoke?
just really good at naming things accurately. Go on.
Bones.
You name things
Bones.
descriptively. You're worse than Google.
Google.
Anyway, sorry, that was my joke.
Yeah, the cats don't get it though.
No, that's the old silver mine. My grandpa actually owned that mine and worked it. Yep. His name was, well, I'm Jebediah Morton, and he was, well, we called him Grandpa Morton. But actually, that's why I set this old museum ablaze when I was alive. They were setting up an exhibit about the mine, and they had the story about my grandfather. And it was just some poppycock invented for the newspapers. But they said he was a greedy murderer, but no, he wasn't. And my family deserves respect. And if they weren't going to respect my family, I was going to burn down their museum.
Fair enough.
But he's kind of definitely tangenting onto his own tragedy. So give me a rapport roll to kind of guide him back to what you care about. Very quick.
Yes, someone else, because I got a 0.
I'll do it.
Oh yeah, my rapport is 0.
I'll do it. Can we please get back on topic?
Wait.
Bones.
All right.
Oh God, that's 6.
Oh, well, that's enough. You mentioned his grandfather, and he goes on and he says, yeah, that newspaper said that he killed his partner over silver that was found in the mine. And, so the way the story goes is that he and his 3 partners each found a nugget of silver in the mine. And in a fit of greed and rage, the lying newspaper said that Ezekiel Morton killed his partners and took their nuggets. Now, this is where everything goes really wrong with the story. They said that the townsfolk found Ezekiel with the 4 nuggets, and, well, they found his partners dead. So they made the wrong conclusion, and they killed him and trapped him in the mine. And they say that's where he lays to this day.
Bones.
Never gave him a proper variable. That's the worst of disrespect. And I will. And he just goes on this rant, and he starts reenacting his furious rage, where he's like pulling in tubs of gasoline and getting ready to set fire to this place again. He's just reenacting that scene.
I think we've got to the end of this story.
And
You can't set fire to
you
it
kind
again.
of see the end of his story too, because as this, he just the sheer weight of repeating this in his mind over and over for all these decades, he starts acting out that scene where he is like just pouring anything flammable that he can all over this museum, even parts of it that don't exist anymore, kind of floating in the air. And eventually you see him kind of pull out a book of matches and light one, and his arm catches fire. And then he tries to flick it out, and things around him start catching fire in every direction. And you just watch as he is just consumed in flames again. And you start feeling them physically. So you may want to leave.
Yeah.
Pick up the squire by the scruff and
Fur doesn't do
exit
well.
stage right.
Fur kindles extremely well.
So as you guys kind of leave, Scarlet is kind of lurking in the shadow, and she goes, "That went well."
Went better than expected.
Yes, better. Much information.
Maybe.
Yes.
She just glares at you.
I'm
Wow.
going to go up and touch noses with her again, and I hope you find.
She kind of, her ears melt a little bit, and she gives a very afraid look. But kind of hopeful. All right. So, yeah, that's
We're back.
the feels.
We're back to selfish thief again.
Back to selfish thief.
Yeah, so you're like walking away, and you're like, well, that was easy.
Too bad. Oh.
Hey, I even the problem is I cannot get anything for because I went against every aspect she has.
Nope.
But I did it to save my bacon.
Yeah, you were every bit the liar that your character and manipulator that your character is. So, well, what would you guys like to do next?
We need to bury the body at the front.
No, we need to get his silver nuggets back.
Yeah.
We don't have enough litter to bury that body.
There's a big problem here.
Right.
Maybe not.
We
Now,
have
you
to
do
find
know
the
at this
silver
point, by the
nuggets.
time you get home, the kids are probably home, and it will not be difficult at all to steal their nuggets.
Home time.
Oh,
Because dinner is happening soon.
Home time. Food.
Or dinner or cartoons
Is there a
or
nugget
something.
stealing montage?
Yes, there's a nugget stealing montage. So it's like- all right, so there's a nugget stealing montage where you all kind of work together, and you like so we get like visuals of like cats holding each other up to windows.
Well,
and like
he can go in the house. And,
well, right. He
just goes in and takes
this
it.
This we'll do like the Spielberg style.
Bum,
Cat
bum, bum, bum,
nugget
bum,
stealing
bum,
montage
bum,
where
bum.
like cats are helping each other through windows. There's like one of them hiding on a ceiling fan while the child walks underneath, and just all of this. And
Use
it's,
my
Distracting
shape.
one while another sneaks in.
I'll use
yeah,
my
yeah,
shaping
yeah. So
magic
like
to,
you know,
smush underneath
so like
the door.
Butters goes on full on potato mode, and they all and like the twins stop and go, "Oh," while one of you has like your hand in its pocket. So you
There has to be a scene where we like leave the house in like sped up film mode. I don't know. There's
the
something
Benny Hill music.
right.
something
See-
farcical has to
This
happen.
is
Straight out of the
covered
night.
right here. Okay. So, what would you like to do with it?
Let's bring the nuggets back to the mine.
All right. Also, something else important that the namer in the group will notice is the person in the mine. You were given their name by the ghost.
Jebediah. Wasn't
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel Morton.
it? Ezekiel Morton.
All right.
Before we do that, I want to do something. I want to use my prognostication.
Okay. Oh, you wanna take a nap and get a prophecy. All right. So
It's against so
how
I
best
plus
to do
one.
this without the rats.
Yes, 24.
24. Thank you. All right.
I got it.
Because I think my note there under that's done says this is really cool but complicated. So
No,
check
that's
the book.
dream walking. That's the one
All
above
right.
it.
So give me a seeking roll. You're going to need.
I got
to
it.
You're going to take a nap against average opposition. So what's your total?
6.
Wow. Okay. So you gain a single word aspect hinting at a future event and a time frame of several days in which it will happen. You can spin shifts one at a time. So that means that 6 you got over the roll.
Mm-hmm.
You can spin those one at a time to reduce the time frame, to narrow down when the thing will happen, or to add words to the prophecy. And you don't count things like, articles and linking words. So now I need you to roll a single die. A minus. Okay. So the word you get in your prophecy to start with is monstrous.
More words.
Okay.
Another word.
All right.
So how many do I get?
You get 6. You rolled 7, right?
6.
6. Okay. So you get 5 shifts to spend. All right. So another word, and this is one that you were coming on, is rats.
Rats.
Okay. What else would you like?
Another word.
And the time frame is sometime within a week.
Another word.
Another word. Possessed.
Okay, we already knew that.
Yeah, we already knew that one.
What to do?
Does it give you a time? Did you say he could get time frame?
Yeah, the time frame is within a week. You can narrow it down.
We'll narrow it. We'll spend one on narrowing it.
All right. That will reduce it from week to within spend 2, and you will know that whatever the prophecy is discussing, they're describing will happen tomorrow.
We'll spend 2. So that's all.
That's all of them? Yes.
3 words. And
So something is happening, will happen tomorrow about a possessed monster rats.
Okay.
Okay, that means
It is
silver.
Yes. So the prophecy is, and the horrible thing that they are assuaging is return.
So we need to kind of prevent that.
Right.
All right. So I am going to change my blessing.
Silver and bones must be together.
And instead, I'm going to give her luck.
That makes
in
the most
fight.
sense that the greedy miser doesn't want to give up his silver.
I'm going to give her luck in the fight against Ezekiel Morton and the rats.
All right.
Hey,
So-
I'm not a fighter.
So let's come down to it. We are here.
I'll give it to
It's
him.
time for the monster hunting planning montage. You know where the ghost body is. You know what he's missing. You have what he's missing, and you know that there are monstrous rats prophesied. Possessed monstrous rats.
Okay.
We do what we
That
do.
one is really a lot more fun to use at the beginning of the session.
We do what
No,
we
because
did
that was really
before.
helpful right now.
Okay.
What we did before with like some people fighting off the rats and somebody taking the silver to the bones and
All right.
My burglary are 4, and then I get a +2 as
Okay.
cat burglar.
I am blessing him with luck.
All right. So very quickly, we'll do 1 round of creating advantages for the fight. Okay. So you're creating a blessing of luck. 2-2. All right. And what is this blessing for?
In the fight against Ezekiel Morton and the rats.
All right.
Oh, that's a lot of minuses.
What's your total?
That's a 1, I believe.
Not enough. Sorry, you'll need more luck than that.
Nah, I'll just do something. I can do
All right,
something
so
else.
that's fine. What are you going to do if you want to create advantages before the fight?
I don't know if there's anything I can do.
Oh, well, that's fine. You don't have to.
Can they create an advantage by making me faster?
What sort of magic do you have?
It's all like,
No, what's your skill?
what's my skill?
Yeah, your magic skill.
Seeking.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you're kind of the investigative side of it.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
I was going.
Okay, so is there anything you
When
want to
we
do?
get into the cave, I'm going to shape myself into a larger size,
Okay.
and with a knack for change. What do rats fear?
cats.
Okay.
No.
Make
Well-
myself look like a very
Alligator.
large, like bobcat or something.
Oh, so you're gonna go like something with like
Bigger than they are.
And I have
Yeah.
a knack for change, so I'm able to
to do
enact.
2 aspects. All right, so give me your seeking roll or your shaping roll.
And because I can be anyone but myself.
That'll work.
So a 5.
Anybody but a potato cat.
I may have tended towards putting very tragic things on these characters.
But it's been very useful.
And he murdered that one rat. Just
Yeah.
All right, so what's your total now?
5.
All right,
That
so
seems
yeah,
to be a
you
very useful aspect.
you can write out the aspect that you have. You are basically I'm a bobcat, and you have a free use. All right.
I was wondering, using quick change and knack for change.
For reference, that gives you, while you're in that shape, basically the equivalent of a 2-point weapon.
I'm curious how closely I could change to look like one of the rats.
You want to look like a rat?
bigger rat.
You could do that pretty well. I think that would actually require the disguise stunt, which I'm not sure you have.
I don't.
Tell you what, if you would want to spend a fate point, we can fake it. There we go.
There it is.
Sorry. Let's use these up before they get used on me.
Yeah, I've been watching rats. I've been studying the rats.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got rats on my mind, rats in my dreams,
And
rats
we still
in
haven't.
And as a shaper, disguise is a stunt that is probably on your to-get list.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
All right. So I don't know what skill I'm
It's
adding.
shaping. You use your magic.
Oh, right. Okay, so I'm at a 3.
All right. You are now disguised as a giant rat.
Am I by chance twice the size of one of those so that I stand out a little and intimidate them?
You had to increase your size already to... Well, no, they're cat-sized. So you would have to... Do you have knack for change? I can't remember if that character does.
Yes.
All right. So you could do another roll to try to increase your size now that you look like a rat.
I want to be an extra big rat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. 5.
Good Lord.
5. You needed a good roll for there, and you got it. So you now are disguised as a rat with 1 free invoke, and you're now an extra large rat. So you're like a rat the size of a dog.
I figure that's fair, because I also feel I probably lost some of my fighting abilities in becoming a rat.
Yeah. Well, you can now use those teeth effectively. All right. So what would you like to do to prepare for the fight?
Well, I'm going to use false reality to put a wall between us and the rats.
Okay.
During
Oh,
the fight.
During the, so they can't get to us and molest us.
Oh,
if
so
we're
you
doing
just
this.
basically
Just shut
on
off
the-
that end of the mine.
shut off that into the mine. Whew, that
You should
is...
have gone first.
That's some super smart stuff right there. And actually, that is potentially game-breaking
That
super
is the
smart.
power I've been waiting to use for a while.
That is such a good power. All right. So you will need to... I think the text for that is there.
Just
So you-
spend a fate.
So you cast the illusion, and I think you have the illusions to do that. So go ahead and make the illusion roll, and then
Okay.
you spend a fate point to make it real.
Okay, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So you still have to do the illusion.
Okay.
And then you spend the fate point to make
1,
it real.
2, 3, 7.
All right.
Man, I should have read the other side of
Hop
that
over that
sheet.
fate point because you guys have, between all of you, you guys have pretty much. So what preparation are you doing?
Me, I'm going to strut and flex and will myself up into a nice fighting frenzy. And
All
being
right.
the big self-assured
This is going to be the
Tomcat.
most anticlimactic boss fight ever. Sorry, all of you people on the internet.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
not going to end well
so
for
what
the
do you
boss.
I'm just going to be ready to run all that silver back to the.
So of course
To the-
you would be holding the silver.
Yeah.
And then
I
she
would-
goes running the other direction.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting here staring at this high concept going, okay, self-preservation or shiny?
You're welcome.
Self-preservation or shiny?
All right.
You're welcome.
So if we weren't running close on time, we would get there right to that self-preservation or shiny moment, and I would invoke the hell. I would compel the hell out of that aspect.
Because
Now, I think you have some fate points left. Do you? Yes.
3.
See, because you can also, if I offer a compel, you can also buy it off if you really don't want to do it. So
It would be real hard for me to leap off all those.
Actually, no. We are actually good. So here's how this is going to go down. You guys are all magicked up, loaded for bear. We've got this, rat that the Earth hasn't seen since the time of the dinosaurs. We've got a gigantic bobcat here. We have...
Strangely, the rat and the bobcat have a secret handshake. It's really strange.
All right. We have the knight and their squire ready for combat.
Face her the right direction again.
And the namer's asleep.
And yeah, the namer's asleep, but that's fine. That's normal. She wakes up when it matters. And we have plans. We have everything. So you guys charge into the mine at once. One at a time or two at a time, depending on how big you could fit through a 3-foot hole. And then our tactical genius over here, living up, she's like, I'm going to be quiet this last half of the session, and then I'm just going to own this because I'm smart. And that's exactly what happens. So you guys get there, you guys get to the skeleton where the remains are, and you hear the rat starting, and she's just like, I got this. Poonk. And shook, illusory walls appear. And then she snaps her, without even thumbs, the cat equivalent of snapping fingers.
Flick of the tail.
Yeah,
Flick of the tail.
A flick of the tail, yes.
And laying a paw aside of her nose and giving
then,
a nod.
And then you hear, as a rat hits the other side of that illusory wall.
Oh, that sounds painful.
And you hear
Do it again.
scratches and scratches as more rats just scratch and scratch against the illusory wall. And then you feel the force of the spirit's will pressing against the illusion, trying to break your magic. What would you guys like to do?
I know exactly what I'm going to do.
So the only thing left to do is to return the silver.
1 piece of silver. 2. Does it need all 4?
Smack.
3 4 pieces of silver.
And the second the last silver is returned, I need you to give me a defense roll with your magic as you feel this otherworldly, terrifying will press against it. And I'm using some chips.
Ooh, 0?
Oh, what a good time to
I don't have a
roll.
modifier for that, right?
No, you use your illusion skill.
Illusion skill. Oh, so
4.
then 4.
All right.
You're giving the blessings
one
to
of those
this guy.
tips for a
Good
reroll.
lord.
All right. So here's what happens. You feel the weight of this horrendous, otherworldly will pressing down upon this wall, and just like your magic starts unraveling. And you guys right as she is going, do I have to put the last one? The illusion just breaks into 1,000 shards. And you see behind us this huge, this aberration, like, these giant albino rats. Well, there are dozens of them, but all of them have been tied together by their tails, and they're just scrabbling and crawling in all different directions. And this kind of knot of tails kind of rises up with this strange
There's not enough catnip
magical...
in the world to make me forget that sight.
Yeah,
There is
we're
this-
all scarred for life. PTSD.
this strange, like, magical eye, just like the Tower of Sauron on the top of this tower made by all the knotted tails in the middle of this scrabbling pile of rats. And it bears down upon you with its evil will as she drops the last piece of silver. And everything goes quiet. And slowly...
If it goes poof and no one's watching and everyone's listening.
I'm gonna make you burn these to not do it. So go ahead. One more. There's a couple turns worth of that. It's taking every willpower you have not to take that back.
Yeah,
Oh, look, there's 3 of them.
my little paw.
And
I have his name.
the eye, kind of this almost shadowy eyelid just closes on the eye and it fades away into smoke. And the rat's tails just kind of unknot and their eyes turn from red back to pink.
Do they shrink?
Yeah, they start shrinking and their tails go unknotting and they just kind of...
Help me drag her out of here.
No, because when they shrink, we haven't had dinner, so I'm going to see if I can catch one for dinner.
That's what I was thinking too.
And actually, as they kind of shrink and kind of start wandering off and start acting like normal rats again, a few of them actually just kind of puff into smoke and go away. And it looks like Ezekiel Morton is at what passes for rest again. You did not have to fight that thing.
I think I might have actually owned it if I rolled well enough.
Good job.
Okay. If I touch the silver, does the ice come back?
Oh my.
At this point, when you go to touch the silver again, the Squire Parasa is sitting there on top of it with her tiny little claws out going, "Please don't be a mean kitty."
We
Thank
fought
you.
her well.
And congratulations, you have saved the town of Silver Ford once again. Well done.
We hope you enjoyed this Extra Life content. If you are interested in updates from Team WV Fox, follow us on Facebook. In addition to event updates and details, there are opportunities to win some excellent prizes. If you would like to support Max Pugh and WV Fox, please visit bit.ly/MaxPewPew to make a tax-deductible donation today. All donors supporting my donation efforts will be announced at the end of every Extra Life episode on Max Pugh. This week, I would like to thank the White family and our anonymous donors for their donation to Team WV Fox and Cincinnati Children's Hospital. I would also like to thank Free League for donating a copy of the Alien RPG 40th Anniversary Special Edition hardcover. Please look forward to the official Team WV Fox Marathon event. Music provided by Tabletop Audio. 10-minute ambiances for games and stories. Find out more at tabletopaudio.com.